Warning! The lounge contains strong language and terrible grammar. Use has been warranted.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching The Lounge. Your host this evening, everybody's favorite girl band, The Corrs!
I'm never gonna stop falling in love with you. How are you doing? We're the Corrs from Dundalk. I'm Andrea. This is Sharon. This is Caroline. This is our Jim. Now you know why we're so thin. Jim's eating all our dinners. Do you know something? I'm really excited about tonight. Do you know why? They're letting me talk. The record companies, they don't usually let me talk, you know, because they don't like me accent. They call me loudmouth. I wouldn't mind, but I love talking. Well, do you like me accent? You do? That's great. I'll hang on to it so. Now, huh? Oh yeah, I'm huge at the moment, by the way. I'm in the papers all the time. Just know that. I wouldn't mind, but Jim's the one who went out with Natalie and Brulia. What the fuck did she see in our Jim? Look at the head in him. Anyway, are you ready for the first act? He's absolutely brilliant. I love him in RD. He's mad. Anyway, give it loads, will you, for the first act? He's absolutely brilliant. John Fothergill.
I can't get through the door. Can't get through the door.
Thank you very much. Ah, and we only just met. No, ladies and gentlemen, my name is John Fothergill. As you can tell by my accent, I come from Dublin, lived here my whole life. So yes, I am from the northeast of England. I'm from a small town called Crackrooktyne-and-Weir, but it's not as pretty as it sounds. But I moved to London a few years ago. It was around the time they brought out the movie about the talking pig. No, Evita, but thanks for your help. And I work alone, do you mind? Now, I moved to London, right? Moved down to London, right? Because I saw something on the television that totally changed my life, right? It was my dad's wallet. So I nicked it, fucked off to London, right? Got off the train. I don't know whether you've ever been to England or not. Not a nice city, London. Not a very nice city at all, right? I got off the train. As far as the eye could see, people lying in shop doorways, in sleeping bags and cardboard boxes. And I thought, great, the sales are on. Because you see, we don't get homeless people in Newcastle, right? Because you can buy a 4-bedroomed house for 28 quid in a box of shell suits. And we still wear shell suits, by the way, but only for job interviews. And there's this one guy, right? He's sitting in the shop doorway. I went up to him casually, right? I just went up to him like this. Excuse me, mate. That's not true. All Geordies aren't violent, right? I'm not violent. I don't fight. I can't fight. I'm on parole. Not allowed to. Could you tell me where the nearest toilet is, please? He said, I'd like to help you, mate, but to be honest with you, I'm homeless. And I usually just piss in me pants. Now, like you lot, I was shocked, right? That's a searing indictment of the state of the world today, right? But I pissed in his pants. Yes, let's applaud pissing on the homeless, shall we? Oh, don't piss on them, for God's sake. If they're damp, how could we possibly use them as fuel? So I'll tell you a bit about my girlfriend at the moment. She's actually a dancer in the Soho area of London. What? And oh, she's not a stripper or a prostitute. She's actually in an Andrew Lloyd Webber show. Yeah. But to save any embarrassment, we tell people that she's a prostitute. We moved in together, right? We moved in together and we were having sex, right? So it was obviously in the first week or two, right? Touched a nerve, mate? We're having sex, and as usual, she's making a lot of noise. But I just kept going. Best to ignore her when she gets in one of her moods, right? So, we're having sex, right? We're having sex. She turns to me out the blue. She says, John? She says, John, it says in this magazine, it says here. Says here that 90% of all women have at one time or another faked their orgasm. Right? 90%, right? Now I'm reading it over her shoulder. Like. Moving stuff around, you know, trying to give the illusion of speed. I says, it might say in your little magazine that 90% of all women fake their orgasm. What it doesn't say is that 100% of men, right, couldn't give a fuck whether she had an orgasm or not. Okay, well, thanks very much for having me, and I'll see you all again soon. Cheers, all the best.
Coats now, please. Could you leave your coats in here? I haven't got all night. Lovely, there's your ticket. Remember that number. In case you lose the ticket, you have a bit of a dopey head in you. Coats now.
All right, Ralph. We haven't, Ralph.
Get us a point. Look after that for me, right?
Look after that for me. And where's the tip? Are you the Celtic Tiger, are you? Well, I'll take the Celtic Tiger smirk off your face, so I will. Oh, here we go now. Hello? Is that the wife? Tell Ralph he left his phone by the bed. Hello? Paddy Joe? It's her sister. Yeah? What time was it there?
Very important to get off to a good start. I've fucked this up really, haven't I? I'm having a bit of a shit day actually. Just found out I'm going bald. I was in the pub earlier, they wouldn't serve me. Happy hour. I don't really know why I'm here, to be honest. I'm not even a comedian. I'm actually a funeral director. I just do this in the evenings to cheer myself up a bit. It's working quite well. Now, don't get me wrong, I like the job, all right? Driving around in a hearse has got its advantages. No, especially in Dublin, no problems parking at all. No, you just park in a disabled spot. Oh, a few people a bit upset about that. What's up? Can't you do disabled jokes in Dublin? Look, disabled people have got a sense of humour the same as anybody else. In fact, better than most people. Just the other day, I saw this disabled guy driving along, right, one of those little blue disabled cars that they drive, right, and for a laugh, he'd put one of those stickers on the back. How am I driving? And I thought, right, good on you, mate. I like a bloke with a sense of humour. Right? And I pulled up alongside and I went, fuck knows, with your knob? You can park in a disabled spot, a hearse, no problem. If a traffic warden comes up, you just look into the back like that. You say, don't get much more disabled than that, mate. Now, of course, the biggest wind-up of all, right, when you're driving, back me up, doesn't matter what you're driving, tell me what you think. The biggest wind-up is when you get stuck behind a woman who's trying to park. And she goes straight in, no problem. That really winds me up, that. Blimey, you didn't like that there then, did you? You should have seen her face there when I said that. I'll tell you what, if looks could kill, I'd have a lot more work. But it does go to show how touched you are, doesn't it? I mean, you laughed at the disabled knob gag. One little mention of women driving. Ooh, the man's a monster. And the final irony is, I was really on your side, wasn't I? So perhaps an apology? What do you think? Should she apologise? Yes! Oh, a couple of no's from the lesbians over there. Other than that, though, it was pretty universal. But obviously, it is up to you. It is a woman's prerogative to not apologise when everyone thinks she's wrong. It's your own time you're wasting. No, she's not having it. No, all right. Right, so you want the atmosphere to stay like this, yeah? Oh, thank you. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. I'm glad we got that sorted. By the way, great tits. Oh, hang on, don't applaud that. That was a bit off, really, wasn't it? Well, yeah, I know. So I owe you an apology now. And being a man, I'm willing to do it for others. I'd like to say I'm sorry. I didn't actually mean that. Or at least when a man's wrong, he admits it straight away. I'm getting into a bit of trouble here, aren't I? I'll move on. Oh dear, there's a lady down there looking at me like, oh God, no. He's disturbed. It's probably the sort of person that thinks amputation's funny. Do you know if you lose a leg, right? Apparently, sometimes if you lose a leg, nice to see you smoking so heavily. Warms my heart, that sort of stuff. Now, apparently, if you lose a leg, right, sometimes you can still feel your foot, right, even though it's not there. And it's called phantom foot syndrome. Have you heard of that? Yeah, I don't believe that. I think it's bollocks, right? I think if it's not there, you can't feel it, can you? That's your lot. Good night.
Well, he's enjoying the show so far, huh? Mike Gunn. Oh, yes. it's great, isn't it? Yeah. Mike Gunn was great. I wonder is the only relations up our way. There's loads of guns in a dog. I did a film there last year, Evita. Myself and Madonna did the low-fat version, Ryvita. Says I better come up with a few gags for the comedy night. They love that one in the dog. Anyway, I won't delay us any further because the next act is absolutely brilliant. You're going to love him. He's from Bray. He's huge. The one and only Dara Briain.
Thank you very much. Pleasure to be here, back in the lounge again, as ever, with the Corrs, which is fantastic. I'm not a big Corrs fan, I have to say, for a number of reasons. Firstly, I would break them, and that's a bad thing in a woman, I find. Secondly, right, I broke the Corrs. Not all of them, well, 2 of them. The other one just got away, slipped out, squeezed out. The other thing, of course, is that whole song thing they have, where every chorus has the same words repeated over and over again. I will run away, run away, run away, run away, run away, and forgiven, not forgotten, forgiven, not forgotten, forgiven, not forgotten. And the new single, Telly Bingo Tuesday Nights, Telly Bingo Tuesday Nights, Telly Bingo Tuesday Nights, Telly Bingo Tuesday. Would it be safe to say, are you enjoying the show so far? Yeah! Very, very good. It's going to be one of these good things on telly. Telly is full of disappointments and has been from an early age. For me, I have to say, whoa, you watch it. So, I could drop this mic and kick you, right? As soon as I look at you, right? Okay, now I'm not tempting fate with that. But there have been some things, like, I mean, as a kid, right, there was this thing, right? And it was just used to drive me bananas, right? In the happiest show in the world, which is the toy show, right? Where they would just screw it up, like, and it'd be like, happy, 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 toys, 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 happy, and you're there going, yeah, this is fantastic, this is that, I've never had so much fun, this is great, like, whatever. And then Gay would stop it and bring out this wooden thing on wheels, right? This elephant that rolled, right? And had a kind of a seating area on it or something, right? And Gay'd bring it out and go, look at this, all Irish made, lasts a lifetime. Fantastic. It's a beautiful toy, it's a traditional toy, it's the kind of toy children have been enjoying for generations. Look at it, look at the work on it, it's all wood and lace and oh, it's fantastic. And all 8-year-olds sitting at home look at their parents going, don't buy me the wooden toy. Whatever you do, Jesus, buy me the PlayStation, you bastards. I fucking... And Gays are going, it'll last a lifetime, it's solidly built, and you're going, I don't care if it lasts. I'm not going to be a child for my entire life. Take that damn wooden thing away, right? But the other thing, the thing that used to drive me bananas about the toy show is when they'd be going, toys, 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 and then they'd stop. And whoever, Gay or Pat, would stop and go, that's enough of the toys for the time being. Mary Murphy has been playing the violin since the age of 7. And every 10-year-old in the country was going, get that precocious bitch off the screen, like, what's she doing? What's she doing there, like, whatever? And Mary's fiddling away like a demon, and you're going, if you're in my school, I'd beat the shite out of you, you know that? Like, I'd take you apart limb by limb. What the fuck is that? Like, I'm fiddling away, like, whatever. And you're going, oh, because kids love toys, right? Essential truth, never grasped by people who make the toy show. Kids love toys. Kids hate talented kids. They are the worst infernal monkeys in the world, right? And they're going, and the worst of all are the ones who do it en masse, like, come out, singing and dancing, going, Tamara, Tamara, I love you, Tamara. And every kid their age is going, you won't feckin' see tomorrow, you know that, like, tear you apart. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Dara Briain. Thank you very much. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night.
Good evening and welcome to the box office. And the headlines. Englishman Mike Gunn was firing on all cylinders this evening, which was quite an improvement on last night's performance, I can tell you. Coming up on the show, American comedian Rich Hall, who's somewhat older and infinitely more reliable. That's all from my box. A very good evening.
American, I'm sorry for everything. All right, now, there. Americans just, I don't know what it is. We just do everything to excess, and then we just go, oh, I'm sorry. And then they go, that's what Jerry Springer is. It's people acting like idiots for a half an hour, and then they go, all right, what have we learned? You're going to stop fucking your sister, right? Yeah, Jerry. Yeah, I learned. Right? And that's why you don't really need the, I don't know if you, do they have the Springer show? They must, right? You don't really need it in Ireland because, I don't know if you've ever been to a chip shop in Dublin around midnight on a Saturday. Pretty much anything you see on Jerry Springer is about 10 times more intense at a chip shop in Dublin. So you don't need it. But we do. Yeah. It's all just, God, just makes you wonder. There's so many papers, you know, that I think they just have to come up with stuff sometimes to fill the papers, right? That's what I like about Ireland, because they'll put stories in the paper. The further south you get in Ireland, the more folksy the stories are, you know. Sometimes they're not even news anymore, you know. They're just something, and drink was involved, right? There's always that story at the end, you know. And then they'll throw in little bits of information. When I was in Kilkenny, these kids had thrown a truck axle off of a bridge overpass, right? And it crashed down through the roof of some guy's car, right? And that's, you know, I mean, the guy had to go to the hospital. But, you know, it's not a, you know, it's a tragic story. But then at the very end, they added, for some inexplicable reason, the man was returning from a 4-day fishing trip. So now the story has gone from tragic to fateful, you know, because now you're just reading the story thinking, man, I'll bet this guy was driving along thinking, God damn it, I've been fishing for 4 days, not one nibble. Jesus. I bet I got a better chance of being hit by a goddamn truck axle right now than catching it. Ooh. Ow. Ooh. One of the most important stories last year, when it actually comes to life and death, and I don't know how much you've screwed up at work, you people, and I'm guessing you look like somebody who came to a comedy show just because you made a big mistake at work today and you're trying to laugh it off. Something dangerous, too. Laughing on the outside, getting sacked on the inside. That's what's going on there. You can tell. But no matter what you've done, people, you know, think about this. September last year, this is the biggest bonus. This is one. The world almost was wiped out, or at least Japan. Okay, maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit. But, you know, one of the biggest nuclear disasters ever happened in Japan. This huge nuclear power plant and went up, you know. Now, that's tragic enough. But then I was reading why it happened. And apparently, 3 men, ladies and gentlemen, this is a quote, 3 men were attempting to mix uranium in a bucket. I just like to repeat that. Uranium in a bucket. Ever 2 words didn't belong in the same sentence. Pretty sure they're uranium and bucket. You know, it's right up there with office stapler and neurosurgery. You know, all it takes to set off a nuclear explosion is some uranium in a bucket. Most of us have half of a nuclear bomb in our sheds. The hell? I mean, you know, look, I can see taking shortcuts at work, but, you know, when you got a little uranium there, what do you go, hey, fellas, you put in that bunker over there, that concrete, oh, look at that bucket of KFC. Let's just mix it up with the chicken there and get some of those secret herbs and spices to blend with the nuclear, get a little kind of crispy nuclear reaction going there, you know. So I know some of you people have made big mistakes at work, because it's very stressful. I know there's a Celtic tiger and all that stuff. Celtic. Whoops. I just came from Boston. Stop me. All right. Whatever kind of goddamn tiger it is, I've never seen a tiger in Ireland. Why do they call it a Celtic tiger? It's more like a Celtic fox or a little Celtic little bandicoot or something, right? Anyway, how come the winner of the Miss Universe contest is always from Earth? I'm starting to think the whole thing is fixed. Why is it never just a big green blob from planet Zardon or something? Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, you have been a great audience. Thank you very much. See you again.
Challenge for this week. You've been watching John Fothergill, Mike Gunn, Dara Briain, and Rich Hall. Safe home, and remember, if you're driving, take the car. Good night.